I want to talk to Lisa Yasko, who's a member of parliament with Ukraine's governing party. Lisa Yasko, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you feeling at this moment in time with the latest news that aid has stopped, military aid will stop to Ukraine from the United States?
Every day it's a big shock of a harsh reality. I cannot say that I personally didn't expect that, because everything is possible at this stage. It looks like in this crazy world of geopolitics and how diplomacy or non-diplomacy is being done, now you just can't expect any kind of crazy things. I think it's absolutely irresponsible. It gives very wrong message to Putin. I mean, it gives very good message to Putin that Putin can do whatever he wants, that even United States are freezing the aid, and that's good for Putin. So who wins in the end? Definitely not democracies, not common sense, not international community. Putin wins.
How much does the support from Europe assure you?
It actually gives me some hope that it looks like Europe not only woke up, but there is a confidence on the need of investment in defense and security long term. I'm very happy to see all leaders who arrived to London on Sunday for the summit for the security of the future. This is great that NATO is a part of this conversation. At this stage, mathematics calculations are very hard because we don't fully understand what exactly United States have stopped, what kind of aid, what kind of military aid. There is a lot of information coming in, but let's see what happens over next hours. And I think Trump will also hold a press conference or something that he announced that we'll hear more. At this stage, it sounds as a betrayal to most of Ukrainians. It might change, and in politics, we know that things change, and sometimes this is just the process. But for ordinary people, that's already too much and very hard to explain and to give any hope on why the world will help Ukraine. They just see that the US is not helping.
There is pressure on President Zelensky to agree to a peace deal. He's indicated that he's willing to sign regarding the mining of minerals deal. There's also speculation about who will apologise first, and it's largely speculated that President Zelensky will need to do that. What are your thoughts on those?
Well, definitely there is pressure, terrible pressure on Zelensky, but we live in a history-making time, and the people will judge on how do you sign a specific deal, what are the interests of your own country, how did you act, and if Zelensky is just pressured and follows this weak position, Ukrainians will never forgive him. And also, that's absolutely not acceptable when the security conversation is not even on the table, that it is only promised to be discussed sometime later. No, it's not acceptable for us. We've been into these shoes already for so many years. We've heard so many promises, so we don't believe promises. We only believe the reality and the real actions.
Is an apology worth the aid?
Any kind of apology can be used if it's going to help, but the question to apologize for what?
Many people will say exactly that point. For what? But for being disrespectful in the White House, as J.D. Vance accused him of being, and Donald Trump made clear he was unhappy.
Yeah, definitely. And also, we've heard so many times that we have to be grateful. And Zelensky, even on that meeting in Oval Cabinet, said that we are grateful at least like 3 or 4 times. So how many more time we have to say that we are grateful? And this gratitude comes also from Ukrainian people. In diplomacy, you don't need to say it like hundreds of times. It looks like this is more like emotional position of specific people in American leadership that for some reason believe that it will bring them a victory for American politics. But in fact, it looks very controversial. It looks very, very bad to all the world, and it falls into the victory of Putin. This is the worst that could happen. But I hope that Trump, as a very pragmatic man, will understand that, will calculate that it doesn't fall into his own victory long term, and things might change.
How long do you think Ukraine can last without fighting and defending itself against Russia without US help, but with European help?
Well, it depends on what kind of European help would be. Of course, we need air defense. We need so much weapon. We need also investments in the security defense production inside Ukraine, but we're doing it. And we have a number of programs that are already running. So very hard to say also what kind of weapon Russia will keep using. A year ago, we never had 200 drones flying over Kiev. Now is the reality for every day, every night. We don't have any single night without at least 150 drones flying over Kiev, plus ballistics. So that's a lot. Means that Russia has a lot of weapons. So we need to be able to counter that. And for that, we need cooperation. I don't want to call it assistance because I believe it has to be cooperation for the common future of security.
Lisa Yasko, Member of Parliament with Ukraine's governing party, thank you for your time with us here on 5 Live. Take care.